Welcome to the Kirkpatrick Podcast, bridging traditions and trends in learning and performance evaluation. Whether you're a seasoned learning professional or just starting out, join us as we dive into the Kirkpatrick model like never before. Through stories and insights, we are fusing time-honored methods with cutting-edge innovations to help you navigate the ever-evolving world of learning and performance evaluation. Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Kirkpatrick Podcast. It's Jim and Vanessa, and we are so excited for today's talk. We are going to be talking all about the power and impact of connecting with other people in an in-person way, live, not virtual per se, but just really the power of connecting. And Jim, I know that this is a topic very near and dear to your heart, speaks all to level 3 and people really collaborating and working together. So tell me more, from your perspective, Jim, of what's that power of, people connecting and being in person and collaborating?
Well, it's a hard one to measure. I could say that you could get someone to fill out a survey and said, "Oh, I felt good about being here. People seemed to be interested. I met some new people and all that stuff." But I love the power. We'll get to impact later, won't we? Because you said power and impact. But the power comes from the human spirit. I think that's the only way I can describe it, and I can't measure it. I can't see it. But there's something about being in the same proximity to someone, face to face in the same room, looking at each other, listening to each other, kind of feeling the connection that's going on there, that I think opens our mind, opens our heart to new ideas. And it also, I think, inspires, because when we're around other people, we feel that connection, and I think it just opens our abilities to come up with new ideas, and the conversations spur things. I know oftentimes I'm talking to someone and I end up talking about something I never even thought that before. I don't even know where that came from, other than through this conversation and something that you said. Vanessa, it happens with you all the time. I'm saying things, I end up hanging up, or after a podcast, I think, gee, where did that come from? I never even thought that before. But I think it's those intangibles that then allows us to form relationships, that allows us to do good work, along with all the other aspects of learning and performance world.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things that you that you said that really hit me was it's not always measurable. And I think that's the big thing with, level 3 is, how, is this measurable and all of those things? And yes, there is a way to track all of these things. But is that more important than the actual connection and the experience and what the person is taking away, And so it's funny because I will talk with folks about the impact post the pandemic. And some people are like, I miss being in person. I miss, being in an office setting, maybe not every day. But I do miss some of that collaboration. And other people are like, absolutely not. I'll never go back. I love being remote. And I've been a remote worker since 2014. So about 10 years. And I will say I get excited when it's conference season. I get tired by the end of it. But I like to have those meaningful connections and being able to talk to people and not have to schedule time, feel like I'm bothering them, or they're not able to really see truly the light in my eyes when we're having a conversation about something. And so that's why we're really big proponents of that human experience, that impact, that in person, and putting yourself in a room where there are people that are different from you, right? So we know that it's, proven that, diversity and inclusion truly do help organizations become more profitable. I know that it can be a political topic, but at the core of it, the more people you bring together with diverse experiences, diverse backgrounds, whatever that may look like, the better the outcomes end up being, even though it might be messy. getting, sometimes working with people that are, different than you, but or believe differently, but the outcome ends up being a lot better. And I can tell you, like, just like you said, right? Being in a room with folks I've never been in a room with, maybe I wouldn't have had the chance because we're in different industries or whatever the case may be. I end up becoming a better person because I always learn something from someone else.
Wow, I become a better person. Wow. I got a question for you. We've been collaborating with another organization, a lot of virtual
Mhm.
stuff, haven't we? Lots of
Yeah.
meetings and stuff. We met with those people, at least I think for the first time with me a
Mhm.
week
Me
ago.
too.
I'm
Mhm.
curious as to how it was different for you meeting them in person versus all the virtual stuff we had.
Well, so what's funny is that I think one thing that I noticed is that we were all, I mean, it was a more of a casual setting where we first met, but, and it helped us to really see the human behind the box, the Brady Bunch box on the screen. So, like, there were things that, two of the other folks that were there that were like, oh, she's our people or he's our people. Like, you know what I mean? We were able to kind of let our hair down a little bit than always, in this formal setting. Now, obviously, when we're talking about a conference or something like that, we still want to be professional. And you do
Right,
let your hair down a little bit,
right,
and you're able to be more honest and transparent about how it is that you're feeling about something. If that, safe space has been created. And it was just, I mean, I feel like we came out stronger from meeting in person.
yeah.
And I think it would have taken us a lot longer to get there if we were just continuing to always be virtual.
Ooh, stronger and getting there faster. And I think
Hmm.
one of the words that comes to my mind is trust. I mean, we
Hmm.
had a good level of trust going into it, didn't we? Of what we were all saying, but somehow seeing and having dinner together and
Hmm.
laughing together and seeing, like you say, the sparkle in your eyes, the caring
Yeah.
spirits. I think that can only help with the business side of things. And then,
Hmm.
and also if things come up, we know we have each other. We're on the same page. We're on the same mission. If differences come up and we grind a little
Hmm.
bit, that's
Yeah.
okay. We talk through it because of that bond that we have built. And you're right. Sometimes you can't be with people all the time, but those times you can use to build a spirit that then can be leveraged in the virtual world.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it's not necessarily that people don't want to be in person. Um, they just want to come together if it's something of value and means something. If this is something that could have just been like a virtual session, not worth me getting out of my yoga pants and putting on real pants with a button. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's like basically my measurement of whether or not, I want to go to the in-person event. But I think that's what it is, right? They just want to make sure that when they do get in person, and take that time away from family to travel and to do all of those things, it is going to be something that is worth their time that they could not get anywhere else. And some of that is that collaboration and that ability to do things on the fly. We were working on a presentation together with this other organization, and we were able to update some of the presentation literally up until a few minutes before because of, you would say something in your keynote in a conversation, I would say something to them and they were like, oh, that's great. I'm going to put them up, drop that in. A little bit harder to do that. You have to be more intentional about doing that in this sort of setting.
Good.
So this has been a big lead up for us to really share more about the excitement that we have for the Kirkpatrick Summit. And Jim, I've been thinking about this since about 5:30 this morning,
Oh, God.
and it's 11:16 right now.
Oh, my.
So now you can see how long I've been thinking about not only this topic, but how are we going to make the Kirkpatrick Summit something that is just something you want to be at and something different. I will tell you, I'm an anti-conference gal myself. I know that might be shocking to folks with the amount that I go
Yeah.
to. But I just feel like, why am I going to this thing? What is the value that I'm going to get out other than the educational sessions, right? And the educational sessions are great, but if I'm not actually putting to work any of the things that I'm learning, in one year, out the other. And then I just spent $3,000 of my company's money that they're really not going to get much of an investment back on. I just said the things that we all think. I know. However, I've been planning since this morning for a very special day 3 of the conference.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So I don't want to give away all the secrets. I'll tell you when we're not recording for our friends, and I'll be announcing this pretty soon. However, I'm very excited for day 3 to be light on the education, more idea sharing and best practicing and networking and learning from each other, and more of an immersive learning experience with maybe some fun along the way, maybe some competition, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and just really helping people put to practice and put in the work when it comes to what it is that they learned about evaluation and how they can apply it at work the next day. That's my biggest thing, is practical tips that you can take and apply the next day. How does that make you feel?
I'm sorry that you were up at 5:30 thinking about that. I know that's not the only time that's happened, but I'm glad it wasn't just a lot of thinking and churning and out the New Jersey window there, that you are able to put some things there that I'll tell you, if you've watched any of our podcasts before, we're not just your normal, contractor and CEO kind of thing, but you're going to get the same kind of experience you get from these podcasts. That it's going to be different from the traditional ones where you take notes and you get a handout, and then you have the ice cream break and lunch break, and then you meet for dinner and at the event. Well, yes, again, we've got some things in store for you that I don't even know about yet, and I may be surprised when I get there too.
I'm definitely going to try to hold back on some of the surprises for you. I'm working on some of that stuff as well. But I think it is going to be just so interesting to see people come together, learn from each other, all different industries, all different backgrounds, really talking about how they're making a difference through evaluation in their work. And we're hearing from some amazing panelists, amazing speakers. I just saw a speaking description come through, a friend that you just spoke with. And I'm very excited for that presentation, big time. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but we're really looking at various industries. How are these things, happening? How are you achieving evaluation? And what was your journey to get there? I think one of the great things is that it's not just like, here's the beautiful, you and I talk about this a lot. Here's the beautiful case study. And like, this is the perfect plan. No, it's not all perfect. It is not all, easy. And people are going to really talk about the steps they had to take, maybe some steps backwards in order to propel forward. Right. Yep. So that's very exciting. And then your keynote will be there. You're going to be talking about strategic leadership, transforming training into performance and business value. So there'll be a lot of great nuggets from there. And seeing you do the keynote thing recently, it was just so wonderful to see how you inspired the audience.
Shucks.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then I'll be talking about bringing evaluation into the future and what that looks like coupled with technology. And some of the things that I say may surprise you. But what if you could give like someone who's thinking about coming, what is one piece of advice that you would give them, Jim?
Well, I would say that people will not leave without, encourage them to say you won't leave without having something that you're going to do when you get back. We just won't let that happen. Whether it's through inspiration, whether it's through surprises I might have for you, Vanessa. Oh yes, don't think you're the only one. Yeah. No, you'll find out when everyone else will. But something that you can say, this isn't just going to be takeaways. This is going to be something that has challenged your mind and inspired your heart to make a difference, and know that you can, because you're going to hear from people that will be telling you stories that you won't believe, and not just your traditional up the journey hill kind of thing.
Totally. And I would say along those same lines, right? You get out as much as you put in. So really take the time to put away the email, put away, your phone, and really just immerse yourself in all of the people that are around there, their experiences, connecting with others and asking the tough questions. Because that's the only way that you're going to learn. So that would definitely be my other piece of advice. And then, just really enjoy yourself. We have got a lot of great networking activities planned. Everyone keeps telling me that the food at the venue is very good. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, it is.
To hear. Yeah. So I'm very excited about that.
I've been there a bunch of times. It's terrific.
Yeah. And it's not, also it's not your typical box lunch, random sandwich with a mystery meat, on it. It is very good food. And we will, and coffee also on demand throughout the entire time, which is very important. So that's going to be really great. But I think my favorite also will be the 70th, the Platinum Celebration, where we celebrate 70 years of the model, and where the next 70 years, right? Or 170 years, and where the model will be going into the future, and being able to honor and shine a light on all of the bright lights, that we've had through the program, and just really shine a light back on not just you and Wendy and your father, but also on the community and the people and all of the really good work that they did. So some really great things there. So this is not an event, friends, that you should be missing. There's going to be lots of surprises. If you know anything about me, I love, love, love experiences, surprises, and giving more. So please make sure that you sign up to attend if you are listening to this before March 31st. March 31st is the last day for our super early bird discount. So grab that while you can, and make sure that you come. You do not want to miss this. This is really the only conference all about evaluation. So you can come here and be part of history. And so, yeah, I'm very excited to see you all in person, and just really get energized by the future of evaluation.
And one thing I can promise you, the book says that my dad developed the model in 1954. That's in writing, and that is the official word. Oh, there's more to the story than that.
Oh, I'm excited.
There's more to the story than that happened earlier. So nice. I'm going to wait till then to tell you.
Perfect. We'll see you there, friends. Thanks, Jim.
You too, Vanessa.